So, hey everybody, this is Kiara Windrider, and this is the first of a series on the Conscious Awakening Network that I'm calling Age of Gaia. So, what's this whole project about? And I feel like we're stepping into a whole new dispensation of awakening. We're moving from one age into another age, and all of us are part of this. It's a collective event. Yes, there is a personal element to it, personal choices we're making, but it's a collective event that includes not just humanity, but our planet as a living, breathing, conscious, intelligent being. Um, so this is what I'm referring to as Gaia. Gaia is an old Greek term for the goddess of the earth. And we could also equally refer to her as Mother Earth or Parvati, Prithvi. There's many names, Pachamama. So what this series is about is recognizing our role in this great awakening and understanding what this is about so we can choose more appropriately, and then supporting with the best of our ability, finding our inner resources, finding each other, discovering what it means to be part of this huge wave that's coming in now. So I'll be looking at this from a number of perspectives: spiritual, metaphysical, scientific, psychological, and just seeing where we can go with this together. So some of this will include meditation practices from a number of traditions, how we can discover aspects of ourselves that are multidimensional, um, reconnect with more subtle levels of being. So each of us, like Mother Earth, is merging of many different bodies. So we have the physical body, we have the etheric or prana body, we have the mental, the emotional bodies, we have the soul body, just like Mother Earth. In fact, I often speak about how we are holographic reflections of each other. So just like we are a number of different systems coming together to function as a physical organism. There's the muscular system, there's the circulatory system, the skeletal system, the nervous system, and so on. So does Mother Earth, so does Gaia. And we humans are part of her nervous system. We could say maybe the left brain of Gaia. And as such, we have a specific role to play. What is this role? How can we play this role to the best of our ability? I do believe that we are on an evolutionary journey as never before, not just as a human species, but also as a planetary organism. Mother Earth herself is going through an awakening. So we're not just talking about humans on this in this series. We're speaking about this collective web of life and discovering our place within this web of life. So I'll be drawing from a number of different perspectives. One perspective which has been very important for me is the indigenous cultures from around the world, the Australian Aborigines, Native American, Inca, and shamanic traditions from South America, the Celtic traditions. Here in India, where I currently am, it's also the ancient Vedic traditions, the Tibetan traditions, the Buddhist traditions, the Sufi tradition from Turkey and from North India. So all these traditions have something in common. And ultimately, what it's about is the opening of the heart, is the recognition of who we are, is the molding together of heart, mind, body, and spirit. It's about bringing full awareness, full consciousness, full multidimensionality, an embodiment into the physical form. It's not anymore about leaving behind our physical form or letting go of our physical shell in order to escape into something beyond. It's really about bringing that beyond into full physical shell in order to escape into something beyond. It's really about bringing that beyond into full embodiment on this earth. Um, and this is something that embodiment on this earth. Um, and this is something that many ancient teachers have practiced, have taught, and it's time now for us to remember. We're passing from what some have called the age of darkness or Kali Yuga through intermediate stages into an age of light. And this whole process of called the age of darkness or Kali Yuga through intermediate stages into an age of light. And this whole process could take 1,000 years or more. But this lifetime that we're in right now is a time when we'll be experiencing a transition that's so profound that in generations to come, we'll be looking back at this time and saying, I'm so glad I was alive back then. Or I'm so glad I was alive back then. Or I'm so glad I am alive right now because there are some of us here on this earth now who will not need to drop the physical body in order to experience some multidimensionality, in order to experience what it's like to be part of the next human species. We're letting go the Homo luminous, the Homo sapiens or Homo sapiens sapiens. We're entering into Homo luminous. This is the new species. Homo luminous is an Inca term, and they refer to um, the transition that we're moving into, where everything is going to be turned upside down, or actually, rather, right side up, because things have been upside down for such a long time. And this is something that all the indigenous people have been looking forward to and awaiting for a very, very long time. So, the Age of Gaia is about how we can remember, how we can participate, how we can wake up, and how we can be the full reflection of divinity in human form. It's not about giving up anything, it's about claiming all that we are in our multidimensional divinity, which extends all the way into matter. Matter is not separate from spirit. That's the illusion. Matter is part of um, divine consciousness penetrating through multiple dimensions, multiple worlds, multiple layers of reality. So I'll also be those multiple layers of reality. So I'll also be speaking in context of the work of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, who were speaking in context of the work of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, who were recognized as very high yogis and awakeners in the last century in India and across the world. Their work was pretty much about bringing what they call the supramental consciousness, a unified consciousness, this divine. Their work was pretty much about bringing what they call the supramental consciousness, a unified consciousness, this divine Shiva Shakti unified reality, all the way through into the realm of matter, into the inconscient, which is the womb of creation, and then co creating together. If we can prepare our bodies, prepare our mind, prepare our heart, and prepare the subtler levels of mind to be able to anchor this unified light. We can consciously become part of the next evolutionary wave for Mother Earth, as Mother Earth, with all of creation. All right, so that's a little bit about what this series is about, and I'd like to invite you all to join me. We'll be doing this frequently. We'll be, hopefully, if I can figure out how to do live programs on this channel, we'll be doing that. Otherwise, send me questions. We can interact in a number of other ways. I'll also be simultaneously posting these on YouTube and perhaps other um, platforms as well. All right, so that's it for an introduction. I'll pause this for now, and then we'll proceed.